Steady now.
MindsEye garnered pre-launch hype as Leslie Benzies' first project post Rockstar North after playing a key role in several successful series. Its ambitions are certainly high too, introducing the Everywhere Creation tool as the first entry in an episodic universe, with the aim of setting up Builder Rocket Boy as a developer worth watching. Unfortunately, the game was instead subjected to extremely negative reviews, refunds from digital storefronts, and culminating in redundancies, impacting the studio. Of course, as is the nature with modern gaming, things could be patched and the experience may look very different even mere months from this review. But needless to say, some very heavy lifting will be required to raise this one out of the depths. Jacob Diaz is an ex-soldier suffering the effects of PTSD, his life haunted by flashbacks and memory loss. Heading to Red Rock City, he finds employment with the Silver Corporation, who create robots for daily life.
Welcome to Red Rock. Man, is it always this hot? You'll get used to it.
But he soon finds his job rather complicated, as attempted attacks from a mercenary group see him roped into trouble sharpish. Diaz begins to search for his past while encountering a myriad of people along the way, from stern superior Rigby to outlandish CEO Marco Silva.
Rigby told me you've been snooping around.
Well, sir, there are some...
Save it.
MindsEye unfortunately stumbles at this hurdle due to a bloated story that tries to convey too much in too short a runtime. Characters end up either underdeveloped or becoming caricatures in place of a personality. Dialogue is cringe-inducing, with tonally deaf jokes landing with a thud, and the ending proves one of the biggest anticlimaxes of recent memory. Alex Hernandez gives a decent performance as Diaz, but it's wasted by the poor storytelling.
Okay, package on its way to you now.
Wow, you work fast.
Let me know when you have it.
Is it just gonna come to me?
What else would it do?
MindsEye shuns and embraces modern gaming tropes in equal measure, creating a vast open world in Red Rock City, but keeping missions linear to a fault. In essence, the more than 30 missions see you driving around and partaking in set pieces around the map, but not allowing you to freely explore due to stringent mission parameters, giving chase to a person or protecting an NPC, for example.
Forget these guys. The Red Sands are leaving right now, and they're the only ones who know the location of Robin Hood.
Going outside the confines of this sees you punished with mission failure. You can even fail the initial mission for taking too long to interact with the computer.
I can't work with this guy. Someone get him out of here.
Very few missions stand out, seeing you either driving between points, partaking in a shootout, or playing basic minigames along the way. It feels dated, almost like a sandbox game from the 6th gen, while rote design offers little room for exploration nor experimentation. It doesn't help that this game is not fun to play. It's quite staggering how many features it lacks compared to current releases that we take for granted. You cannot melee attack, wield grenades, or blind fire from cover. Some shooters from 2008 have more functions than this, and battles become dull and rather static. Shooting doesn't feel bad, you can certainly pop heads with ease, but there is zero flair or pizzazz to combat, even with a mix of human and robotic foes. The only real noteworthy feature is a drone you acquire, which can be used in combat. Initially, it can stun foes temporarily, though it gains more functions as you play. Not that you can perform a takedown or any flashy move after it, foes just stay still for you to shoot them some more. AI is woeful too, showing little in the way of tactics and sometimes just running towards you without a care.
You don't get to talk to anyone about it, but you never want to anyway.
The driving is also a mess. Often, you'll gain access to some speedier sports cars, though some missions call for you to drive bulkier beasts such as trucks which dispense robots. However, every vehicle is hindered by skiddy handling and floaty physics, so much so that you often have to flip your vehicle over if you dare to get any air miles with your car. You may sometimes shoot from a vehicle while another drives, but this is pretty uneventful. Worse, certain destructible objects can get stuck under your vehicle and cause further issues, even resulting in your vehicle becoming fully stuck and requiring a restart. Despite patches, there are quite a few bugs, ranging from objects floating in the air to cutscene audio cutting out completely, and these factors only diminish the experience further.
What can you see?
Abandoned.
It takes around 10 hours to polish off all the story missions, and there's no real incentive to revisit them. Dotted around are some special side missions, some of which have been added via updates, but they run the gamut of forgettable archetypes from checkpoint races to shooting galleries. Worse is the free roam mode, which unlocks a few hours into the game. It's incredibly bare bones. You can only drive a summoned car and cannot hijack others, there's no world map, you can only partake in the aforementioned side missions which are listed in the play menu, and there is nothing in the way of shops or customization. The lack of any roaming NPCs, any semblance of a police system to stop you causing carnage, or even abilities from the campaign render the mode frankly pointless. The only real positives you can glean from MindsEye come from elements of its presentation, but this also comes with many woes. Visually, the game can look rather pretty in a certain light, but also woefully dated in others. Characters and animations during cutscenes look pretty good, the lighting is rather fantastic, and some of the open world texture work is good. However, technical issues have a habit of creeping in, such as pop-in during scene transitions, NPCs and vehicles that look rather ugly, and performance woes remaining prevalent as the game struggles to meet a modest 30 frames per second target in intense situations. It's all over the shop.
Go to the pin we just sent you.
The audio benefits from catchy music from rival consoles, with some thumping cyberpunk beats that add some momentum to otherwise glacial missions. But the dialogue balancing is off and can make it hard to hear, voice work ranges from tolerable to cringeworthy, and gunfire and explosions are painfully weak. While MindsEye is still receiving updates and could one day pull off a redemption arc comparable to the likes of Cyberpunk 2077 and No Man's Sky, it would likely take some miraculous overhauls as a vast majority of elements here are very poor. The story is comically bad, missions are archaically designed, gunplay and driving are both woeful, and a thick layer of jank still blankets the game, even after updates. Even its rare successes are often undercut by bugs. Thus, MindsEye is incredibly difficult to recommend.